Alright. I'm live. I'm ready. Let's do this. Alright. We could do another sealed, but I kind of want to do a draft and showcase that here. Let's take a look at our glorious bounty we can pick up. Well, we can get a 100 gold's nothing, so. 50% off isn't that good. 95% off, that's a pretty good deal. Okay, let's do. You know what? Let's do a seal. Why not? We'll say one more sealed for Baldur's Gate. Oof. Okay. So we got Displacer Kitten, which is fine. We also got Prosperous Tombbound, which is fine. Kindred is okay. Bean Lash is okay. Alright. Not our best rare pool, but not terrible. Our white looks okay. Let's just do what should always be done. Just look at our creatures and how they curve. And then we can select from there. Our black does not look that great. However, our red looks pretty stabby on the creatures. Roper. Alright, that's all the creatures we got. Alright, so green wise, or white wise, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we're probably not going to play white, even though white is pretty good in general. Our black has a Prowler, and then an Imp, and then 2 medium cards. Now, we do get the Tomebound and the Archdruid, which are interesting. But, yeah. We do get a big payoff in Black Dragon, but the rest of it's kind of not great. So we can cut black pretty easily here. I might leave these 2 over here just for now. Considerations. Granted, our green isn't looking that spectacular either. We're probably not going to play the Circle of the Land Druid. These are 2 fine, good 2-drop green creatures. We don't have a lot of ways to gain life, so Roper's probably not great. With that being said, we have some good green cards, but I don't think that's what we get to play with. So we're going to cut the green, make it real simple for us, and look at some blue-red. Let's cut these, and we'll just see what our blue-red's giving us. So Looter's not that exciting, but it's not bad. Invoker is not that exciting, but it's not bad. But it's not great either. We got these fantastic cards right here. These are all very good attackers. And I think the Tiefling Outcast is at a premium. You know, I like Displacer Kitten. However, we don't have a ton of cards that go well with it. Now, you can do some tricks with putting Double Team on the stack, and then slide out the creature that has the triggered ability out, and then it returns to the battlefield. And then the Double Team will resolve, and that creature will maintain its double team, while also putting a Double Team into your a creature into your hand. It's very interesting and very intricate to do, but not too exciting. We do get Meteor Golem Kitten, which is pretty strong. A lot of Iron Golems, which aren't fantastic. They're not bad, but they're not great either. I like our 3-drops a lot. We have solid 3-drops. So what I'd do is probably cut the Looters. We don't have a lot of treasures, but Jaded Sellsword isn't that terrible. I guess before we start cutting other things, we should look at our blue and our red and the artifacts. So we have the Goggles of Night, which is equipped creature deals combat damage, scry 1, then draw a card, which is fine. We do get the weaponry card, and we get Dragon's Fire. My issue is that that's it on interaction. The only other color that really gives us interaction, I believe black had Sewer Plague and Choice. So that's not bad. I do think it's possible that we can play a third color. We do get a Prophetic Prism, which is nice. However, we don't have any of the uncommon lands. We're not going to play white, and I don't think green really has any of the removal either. The reason why I brought up black is that Prosper Tombbound is actually quite good. So I think we can actually kind of make some cuts here to bring in this card. We'll play Improvised Weaponry. We didn't get any real sacrifice effects, but we can play Sewer Plague and Grave Choice and the Dragon's Fire. And that gives us a lot more to play with on our removal side. And we have quite a few ways to interact with our opponents at that point. Now we want to play multiple non-creature spells. Right now we only have Prophetic Prism, Improvised Weaponry, Plague, Grave Choice, and that's it. Which means that we have a lot of creatures. Which makes me feel like we should play Deadly Dispute. I do think that card's quite good. There's also Blur. Blur can be good. Hypnotic Pattern's not terrible. Draconic Lore is fine. Now, I do like Jaded Sellsword into Improvised Weaponry, which is good with the Tomebound. Now, we could splash for Dragon as well and play like a 3-color deck, which isn't terrible. It's not the worst idea. And then Blur gets a lot more value with our 2 powerful 7-drops with the Displacer Kitten. So it's important to see what kind of things we can do here. We've put target creature with... Okay, that's it could be a reanimate. And you can remove a creature as well. So yeah, this is quite a powerful card for our color combination. 19 creatures. We can definitely cut down on our creatures. I'm not a huge proponent. I don't think this card's that good, but it's not terrible. I think these are much better because they, like, whenever they become blocked by a creature, they get a permanent -2, so they're almost going to be able to act constantly. So we're just going to cut the Soul Knives here. And we're going to play to kind of like our 2 late game cards, and that gives us a lot more interaction with our opponents, where Sewer Plague is the most premium removal spell we have, followed swiftly by a Meteor Golem. That being said, we're just going to give our deck a quick look over. So we're more of a tempo deck, trying to beat down with some more late game removal. and just like tempo plays. Yeah, this is actually quite good. I think this is a good deck. We might. I'm going to change the mana around. Now, I didn't add any card draw, but I'm kind of under the proponent. Like, Deadly Dispute could make the cut, but we'd have to give up a creature. I don't know. Maybe a single Pilgrim's Eye. I think Pilgrim's Eye is too valuable, but we probably should play. We should play Deadly Dispute. I think that's probably right. I'm not a huge fan of the Sellsword. Yeah, I don't want to get rid of any of my early game. I'm just going to cut that, and we'll call it a deck at that point. I think everything else will be good here. Because then that turns down our mana curve by a lot. Okay, now we can switch out our mana and build our deck. We'll go with the... let's do the streets. We'll do the streets mana. Although the streets mountains are kind of lame. Alright. 5. Now we do have one double color spell, but it's really late in the game, so... But we have a lot of red spells, so we do want to really make sure we get our red mana. Although these are kind of like turn 4 plays, including Deadly Dispute, so maybe we could trim on a swamp for a mountain. I think we definitely want to go up a mountain. We'll go down like a swamp. Since we have double Pilgrim's Eye and Prism, we should be able to get the mana when we need it. Alright, that is our deck. I'm going to have to get something. I need to get some water. It's very hot. It's very miserable, actually. Alright. And we'll start in just a second. I just need to grab some water. Alright, I'm coming back. Grab my water. And a consolation drink as well. Just trying to stay cool. And hydrated. Which is the most important part. Alright. Let's have some fun. Now, I'm not a huge fan of best of one, but we gotta do it. Oh man, it is very hot where I'm at, which is very unusual. We're playing against Death Bike, which is kind of a neat game. Alright, this is a very good opener. We get our turn 1 into turn 2, both double teams. Very good. With Dragon's Fire. Not much of a combo with these two, but... And we got Mountain Island and late game play. Yeah, I do think this... I hope they don't have the Planeswalker. The blue-black Planeswalker. That card is very tough to deal with. Like, our real just straight-up removal for it is in our hand, which is a combo with being able to do 4 damage with the dragon, which is good to remember. So we get to start off pretty aggressive against our opponent. Which I don't think there's a 1-drop removal spell that they could have here that would help them against our turn 1 play. Now, I'm not going to play this guy next turn. I'm probably just going to run out the other double team guy we have. And then we have another double team, so we can just keep double teaming, which is nice. Okay, that's a good card. We can continue going forward, but I'm just going to get rid of their creature at this point. We'll decline. We'll just kill this. And then we can attack. Oof. Circle the Moon Druid. That's a good card. Means we really can't attack here. We can go get a black mana. I think I'm just going to play the Beatles here. Well, that might be a mistake. Now, we want to make sure we're making our land drops. Right now we can't attack, but we eventually will be able to. Now, we could attack here, but it just doesn't matter. Nice. That means we can play these two. I'm fine with trading for the Pilgrim's Eye here, if that's what they want to do. Now, we didn't play the Fire Beetles. Now they can block this, but if they're double teaming blocking this, we get to get in with a bunch of damage. Okay. That's not terrible. Not great either. Now, we could attack here, but we really don't get anywhere, so we'll probably just play this guy, and we'll pass. So next turn we can play our dragon, because of the Tombbound, if we so desire. That's pretty good. I probably won't attack here. I do want to, but I think it would be a mistake. We could attack with the Fire Beetle, get the trigger, put the Fire Beetle in our hand. They may or may not block. But we should do that so we could use our black dragon here. Yeah, we're gonna take out their Eticat, or okay, it's nice. We'll be able to get their Eticat out of here because of our black dragon. This has ward, so. Giving it -3, -3. That's fine. Yeah, see, they're going to be in the back pedal as long as we have Tombbound in play. They really can't race us right now. Okay, so they're team working, killing our Prosperous Tombbound. which is fine. Ooh, that's pretty good. I will cast it. It gives me a treasure. So, we're not going to specialize this right now. It's too early. But we can play the Fire Beetle. Or we can set up with the Dragon. An emulator. I'd rather have this in play, because when this dies, whatever its power is will make our Fire Beetles even more oppressive. So we want to set up for that. And since they're blue-green, I'm not really worried right now with what they could have. We're pretty far ahead right now. Now, granted, if they have the green dragon, the ancient green dragon, we're going to be in a tough spot. But we will start attacking next turn for sure. Because now we'll have enough mana, especially if we draw another red source. Nice. Yeah, that's not going to cut it. Wow, that was a really good draw. I'm going to start here, though. Because that'll give us another treasure. So we can go to attack phase, target our emulator, and then attack with it. And we can fire breathe it twice, which then get rid of the frost dragon, if we so choose. Now, they know that we have the Fire Beetles. They don't know about these other two cards. So whatever they block with, if they want to kill this, they're going to have to throw two things in front of it. Alright, we'll Fire Breathe it. This is just a free kill. That's amazing for us. And we just say go at this point. Every turn we get now is just one more closer to us winning. But now we have a cute way to deal with their ancient dragon, if that's what they have. I kind of want to do that, but we're going to just draw here. We want to make sure we're getting counters on this as we go. And land is just not important at this point. Now, we could cast this here. But I think we'll wait. Alright, let's draw it again. Because I'd rather throw away... Yeah, mountain is fine. We'll play this. So we can do the emulator play again. We could also just Fire Breathe here. Or get this going and try to go wide. I think we're just going to set up for the following turn. And just get some damage in. I know we're giving them time, but I feel like we don't really have any time to lose. Every turn is just getting better for us. Yeah, we'll just... I mean, if that's what they're gonna do, we're just gonna... We're gonna pump once. That gives us a 3-turn clock. While also getting more cards out of our deck, which is good for us. So I'm holding this up so we can Grave Choice them in response to a spell if we need to. And then this also allows us to hold up Blur if we need to. Okay, so that didn't seem right. Okay, we're just going to cast this now. If they have a counter spell, I'm not going to worry about it. Now, let's say they have the fight spell and they target my emulator. I will just pump it one time, because making this into a 5-2 menace is really strong. That's pretty good for us. I mean, at this point, we get to attack for a lot next turn. I think we just go for that. I will play my land, which will give us another treasure. Now, granted, I don't need to pump this, but we can now swing with everything. I just don't see my opponent. Everything but the Scholar. We're going to put this on the emulator, because this guy is cool. So we're going to attack all, except for this. Because now our Goblin can now Fire Breathe as well. I don't know how they're going to get themselves out of this with 2 cards. So that's 1, 2, 3, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I don't need to pump. That's it. Now, we could have maybe have gone for that sooner, like a turn or a few sooner. But I don't know. I felt like we could wait. Blue-green isn't the most oppressive color combination. I think they're quite. It can be very strong on its plays, but it didn't seem like our opponent was had that build of the deck. So they couldn't explode all over us because they weren't in white or black, so they couldn't wrath us, and they weren't in red, so they wouldn't have been able to slowly kill our creatures with board control. They needed to have a much more oppressive start to tempo us down. Alright, this is a fine hand. Mainly because Prismatic Prism's in my hand. But, you know, there's a lot of removal here. A way to get our land. Okay. Probably use a different color land. But switch over to some water. That was a good draw. Really don't want them to get a free creature on me. Interesting. There's a neat play they could have done is hit full control. Attack with this, allow the trigger to go on the stack, then play the Chewanga, return it to their hand, and then still get a 2-1 and not have to worry about blocking. And that would have been huge. I mean, even if they have the indestructible card, I don't think that would be a worthy use of it. Okay. So we'll go get... I should probably get a swamp here. Yeah, I will. So we could attack. But we do kind of... At that point, we do lose to an indestructible, so we're not going to do that. They either have the Swords of the Plowshare spell, or they have indestructible. Which, if the Swords of the Plowshare, that's not good for us, because then they could just block like this, and then kill our guy. Which would not be great. Yeah. This attack makes me think that they have. Okay. It's a pretty good card for us. Definitely play my land here. I'm going to attack for 1. Well, I could also attack for 2. I'm just going to attack for 1. Now, we do have Grave Choice we could use here. We could also just play this. Yeah, we'll just play this guy. Because if they have the Parhelion card, they've already let it go too far. And now we get to make our land drop and a treasure next turn. So yeah. Our Prosper Tombbound is going to work wonders for us. We play it, that way we can get our treasure automatically. Alright, so here we can make our attack. We're not going to attack with this, but we can attack with both our creatures now. If they do have the indestructible card, we can pay multiple times and threaten to kill both their creatures if they block with them. Yeah, I'm more than happy to do this trade here. So whatever they have is fine. Wow. That is a 2-for-1 I'm willing to get behind. They could have the Wrath here. So I'm just going to play this guy. This is a pretty easy creature for us to lose. I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. And these other the other two creatures in my hand are better at recovery from Wrath. Oh, nice. That's not great. So we're losing our Black Dragon. Most likely. I don't really see a way that we don't. Definitely a turn where we got punished for that. But now we can attack with all our creatures. So what they could do is permanently get the -2 on their guy, and then we trade. And I'm okay with that, if they want. They could have the indestructible card, and then we can blow them out with Grave Choice. But right now, I'm fine with 1-for-1ing them. Okay, so now we're going to play our Prism. Black Dragon is out of here. And we'll just play the Rouser because they know about it. And we can hold up Deadly Dispute. Granted, we do lose our guy forever, which is sad. But, you know, that happens. Now, I am playing around a Wrath that is objectively not that good, but I think it's fine for us to do. Yeah, I'm going to Deadly Dispute here. Getting rid of our Prism. We're not going to need it. Our only double black card is no longer useful to us. And yeah, I'd rather just play cards. Make sure that we stay ahead in the value. Now, I'm probably not going to attack with our Tombbound this turn. But I am going to play our Goblin here. Because we can give it haste. And we'll do it one more time this time. And now we can get a token out of it. we're playing around the party card. You come, the deal 5 to an attacker, and now we just pass. All right. That's 6, 7, 8. We can do 1 more damage, so we should. And that's lethal. Alright. We went, like, our last two matchup, this matchup and the one before, seems like our opponents have kind of just fell short. That's not great, but it happens. It's better to play smart and practice that every time than to just catch yourself unaware of situations like that. Alkafai? Alkafai. I don't know. I bet you that means something else and I'm just not with it. This hand is not good. I can really only cast a 1 spell, and that's if we draw another land in the time in which that we can play it. Outside of that, this is better on 2, and we can't play it on 2. This is fine to be in our hand, but it does, because it's kind of a catch-all, so it's like our best removal. And Baldur just really isn't going to do anything for us here, so we're just going to mulligan. This hand isn't bad. We're definitely going to bottom the dragon, but we are going to keep it. We have quite a few interactive cards, and since we're on the play, our Grave Choice is probably going to get us a card, so we get to kill whatever their turn 2 play or turn 1 play is, and gain a copy of it, which will be nice. And then we have Dragon's Fire to pick up the pieces against something else. But I'd be surprised if they didn't play a turn. Okay. They milled themselves. Interesting. Alright, they could still just have a 2-drop. If their play is the salad, I don't know. That'd be weird. I don't think it's the wrong play. I just don't think this is the time you want to play it. Okay. I really do want to get him, so we're just going to kill it with this. Because we could play this onto an open field, which is nice. Yeah, I'm just going to play this. Because at least we're getting 1 card off of it. If they have to take their turn and kill our guy, that's fine. Okay, so now they have a 2-drop we can get rid of. 2 mana spell. Oh, they could have Deadly Dispute. Alright. That's actually a pretty good card. I wish we had an answer to it. Because I wouldn't mind taking that card. And let's say they flip it. Yeah. Okay, we'll go get an island here. Because we do need it. Since we can go white here, I'm going to. I kind of want them to attack with their robber. And then we can, like, stack it. That is not a good block. Unfortunate. A second time. We shuffled our deck and it cost us. Interesting. Are they going to return their guy to their hand? Maybe? They could have returned a swamp to their hand and then discarded it to their guy. That'd be kind of interesting. I'm not a lover of that attack. Alright, we'll take 2. I'll trade one of these for a card. Or a 2-for-1 here. That's pretty rough. So, we'll lose our dragon. I don't know if I want to attack into this with this guy. But we can get their Horde Robber. Yeah, I guess we'll just take out their Chewonga. If they want to trade, we can then improvise weapon it, which is fine. It's unfortunate that we don't get to get our dragon. Okay, we do get to play the Meteor Golem. That is nice. They still don't have a good attack here. Interesting. I mean, like, I don't know what they're going to have here. Okay. That makes sense. Okay. Oh, they could have flipped their guy. Alright, play our card. So we can't attack here, but we can attack with this. If they want to double block, so be it. We get to hit for 3. We might as well just play this. I think our deck is quite good, although our opponent has made some interesting tactics here. Sure. Now we're set up for next turn. Which I think is lethal, depending on what they have. Alright, our card is blank. Oh, we only get to do it once. That's fine. Bam! Lethal. Let's go. Sometimes you just get carried by your mythics. The card is good. There's nothing like that. The card that's in our deck is not broken. It's just a very good card. And it's a card that's not easy to deal with, which some would say is kind of broken for the format, but I don't think so. Our opponent definitely made some choices there that I don't think were right. Like, they should have looked at the specialized mechanic a little bit closer. They could have taken their turn a little bit better. Unicorn activating once per turn is just as good as it activating twice per turn in this format, because usually you're not going to get too much bigger when you can pump it twice when you're going into a head-to-head creature mash. And yes, it is better to have that option, but that turn they definitely could have gone wide and ditched their swamp and got 2 tokens off of their 2-drop, which I would have loved to have taken at any point, because it's very good. But yeah, I don't like to be overly critical about my opponent. They obviously didn't know the format very well. This is a very good hand. We could either start with the Rouser or the Wizen. We'll know a lot better based on what they play. Okay, they're playing green. Yeah, I think we want to get in. I think we can get in with the going's good here with this card, because even if they have something to play on turn 2, this will probably trade for it. Okay, removal. That's actually better for us, I guess. All right, we'll take the Stinger here. I'd rather their next creature only get +1 as opposed to +3. Okay. That's fine with me. I'll trade 1 for 1 here. Okay. We will cast this and draw a card. So far, our hand looks pretty good. And they used their Mephit's Enthusiasm, which could have killed this. Not excited about playing against that card. Sure. This makes them sacrifice a non-token card. We could play that and get rid of their Micronid, which could take them off of being able to play that. This kind of does the same thing, though. And we can attack for 3. Because now we're in a better situation of racing. Yeah, nice. That's a good draw. Anything gets us closer to playing with the Golem. Okay. Yeah, they had to take their turn off. We take 2. Take another 1. Okay. They're most likely going to play this. But I don't want them being able to attack with that. Yeah, we'll just take away their mana dork here. Let's say they had the blue dragon. I'd rather them not be able to cast it next turn easily. Yeah, they're gonna hit us. Okay, so they had another dragon. That's kind of rough for us. But we do have some tricks. We can't attack yet, so we have to just say go. Most likely trading for their 4/2 here. Do have an answer to it in our Meteor Golem. Granted, we do need to draw land. I don't know how much faith I want to put in my deck. But we need to keep our blur. Meteor Golem is going to be a big point. Oh man, that was not good. Alright. We can take another hit. We can chump block here as well. 5-6. It puts us down to 7. And chump and then eat one of these or trade. No, I could attack here. No. Yeah, we definitely could have cycled. And we might have. We probably should have. Oh, Basilisk Collar? That's not great. I mean, we do have plays. Not going to complain there. We do need to draw an untapped land. We didn't, but we did draw an answer, which I will happily take here. Alright, they got us. Lenorm. I should have realized that that's what they were holding up. But we had to play it on our turn anyways. Yeah, we lost. That'll happen. The turn they tapped out and played it, if we would have drawn a land there, we would have had an answer to it, but we didn't. So, unfortunate that it may be. But that happens. Oh, water. Oh, man. If you're not drinking water, drink water. It's very good for you. Especially with how hot it is. The humidity is... It's not even... There's not very humid outside for me. It's super, super hot. It's just dry heat. Alright, this is definitely where we want to be. Tiefling Outcast turn 1. Turn 3, Beetles. Okay. Probably just killing this anyways, so... Yeah, it's not much of a free attack, so we're just going to kill it. They might not have blocked, but I just don't see... I think that's going to be the case. Nice. Oh, and they had a backup? Oh, that's awful. Okay. Yeah, we'll just go Fire Beetles here. Okay, we get at least a turn. I will trade the open hand if I have to. Because it gets too big. I don't want to deal with it. Alright, we'll go Outcast into Island, into Swamp here. We can't really attack into the Shepherd. I mean, they can save their guy, but I'd rather just take it off the board. Their life enabler. Not surprising. We do... Yeah, we just attack here. I'm just going to sacrifice. Good to know. So we have an answer to their Moon Dancer in our Golem, which is nice. Man, that card is so busted. Yep. Alright. I'm hoping they bottom that card. Whatever it is, we do not want it to be on top of their deck. Okay. Yep. Well, we gotta play our card, which will kill their Moon Dancer. We can afford to take this hit once. Because if we draw Blur, we have a shot at this game. Maybe they have a 2-drop? A 2-power thing? I don't know. Oh, it's a warrior. Nice. Okay, so we're going to start by casting Prism. Okay. Wow, that was really unfortunate. They drew like the best card in the format. Oh. That gift card is so busted. The fact that it specializes only for 1 mana is so insane. And it specializes into things that are just insane. Like, just insane. Like, I don't know. I can't, and the fact that it blinks itself and then gets the specialized trigger as well, because it enters or specializes, gets that ability. Yeah, very good card. I'm surprised that card doesn't get played more in Alchemy, because it's such a resilient card. As a matter of fact, we should probably try it. Now, granted, the format is very degenerate right now, with like uber control. Yeah, we'll keep this. A good hand. Yeah, at any point that they would have played that card, it was going to be tough for us. Alright. Good draws. I like getting good cards here. Look at the bat. That's not great. Alright, we'll get a creature here. Probably going to follow it up with Fire Beetles. Just a really good card. Yeah, their deck was really good, too. Like, they had a lot of really cool things. Yeah, I knew the Improvised Weapon could be a card there. Yep. Alright, Young Dragon with haste. Now we have Sewer Plague and Blur up. As it says right now, this dragon's beating us. But I want to save the Sewer Plague for like a bigger threat. They could War Caller here. Okay, we'll probably just take 3. Sure, we'll go as wide as possible with these things. And it seems like they're flooding out pretty hard. Well, we can race the dragon at this point. Yeah, we'll attack here. Alright. We got there. Seems like they just drew a bunch of lands. To the max. Kamen. It's a pretty good hand. Granted, a blue would have been nice in this opener. I would have liked to have led on this instead of the goblin, but I'm not going to throw it away. It's the drawback to playing 3 colors. They are playing green, though, so that's not the worst. Whew! That's kind of rough. I think we can give them a single card, because I really don't want to trade my goblin. Okay. I mean, if that's what they want to do, that's fine. But that's not what I wanted to do. But wanted to happen, but this is fine. This kind of scares me if they're willing to trade a 2-drop for their draw source. Okay. That's kind of nice. We will attack here. I will go get another island here, since we already have the other swamp. That'll allow us to hold up, play this and Blur. Giant is cute. That would be a card I would like to trade with the Giant. Well, we might have to hold off on it. Actually, if we mill a land, it'll allow us to get this into play sooner. I will just attack for 1, though. Okay, so they're just going to kill our guy. Which is unfortunate. Oh, they're not going to kill our guy? I guess they could have negative power to our guy. That would be kind of rough. I do want to... I'm not blocking this with this turn. I'll probably just jump with my Pilgrim's Eye. I mean... If that's not telling me you have +3/+3 in your hand, then I don't know what is. Nice. I am surprised by that. Oh, nice. That's ridiculous. Alright, we're going to go with Dragon here so we can take away this guy. Their draw source. Although I'm not attacking. That doesn't seem good for me. They get a free attack here with their 4-2, which I'll probably just take it. I might double block. Who knows? Kind of don't want to, though. I'll just take 4. Excuse me. No reason to keep my guy around. I've already got value off of it. I can't afford to just take that every turn. We'll get in the air with our Air Force. Is interesting. Play our red mana. We'll attack again. Now I'm going to hold on to my Meteor Golem because I really don't need to play right now. Since we're winning the race at this point. I'd rather just have removal in my hand. For just in case they have a reanimate spell or something, or a bigger threat. They might have to trade here, because this is a pretty lethal card. Okay. They probably should attack. Okay, they're not. So this is 4 damage. I mean, yeah, we'll just play our guy. And then we'll play this guy as well. That way if they have the Wrath, we can just Fire Breathe it once, and then our Meteor Golem becomes a 6/3 that blows up a permanent. That is not going to be it. However, if they have a removal for our Dread... Oh. Yeah, okay. Alright. The strength of our deck prevailed. That's pretty good for us. Alright, let's see. I think this is either got one more. Okay, we're 5 and 2. We need to at least win this one. One more to break even, and then a second one to make gems. So I know most people will be like, "No, Seal's just supposed to be fun." I'm like, it is fun, but you also want it to be cost effective too for the content. Oof. Tiefers. Alright. I got your Tiefers right here in the Outcast. Yeah, I would keep this hand. We got a turn 3 improvised weaponry, which can be pretty good for us. And we drew a blue source, now we have everything. I could attack here, but I'm not going to. Just going to play the Prism and pass. Because now we can take out their Paladin and feel pretty good about it. I just hope they don't go Land Unicorn. Land Unicorn attack for 2 is going to be brutal. Oh, doesn't look like they have another play. They went right into... Yeah. That's pretty lucky for us. Now I could, yeah, I think I'm going to. Just make sure I get pretty aggressive on board. Since this is 4 damage next turn. Ooh, they chose Coldheim lands. Which is kind of cool. They chose the good ones too. That swamp is so amazing. That makes me sad. So I can't really attack into that, but I will play my guy. Nice. I like it when I reveal lands on this guy. I really wish I had an answer to this, but I don't. Morden's Disciple's pretty good here. Like, if they attack, they tap down our guy, I don't even want to double block it. I mean, we probably should, but I don't want to. So I won't. That is not surprising. They should attack here. If I have a removal spell, yeah, then that would have been a waste. And now I can't even double block, so... Granted, yes, I get to hit for 4, but then you get a Disciple. These guys are really good attackers. I want to get my damage in while I can. I'll go get an island here. Oh, that makes me sad. If they get the -2, -1 card, that'll wreck us. Oh my gosh, they have one of them. Oh man, I need to draw an answer this turn, or it's gonna be game over real fast. Although, what is the likeliness of them blocking? I think it'd be pretty low, because if we take out their Coven in mid-combat, we get to take out 2 of their creatures. They might not think that far ahead. That's fine. I am attacking with this for sure. I don't think that they can afford to block here. If they want to use the power of the Witch's Coven. Because all it takes is one removal spell, and then it's like the lights out for the rest of their creatures. Wow, Displacer Kitten is nice. We can get that into play because it doesn't die to this. However, we do lose our Gith, but that's fine. I guess. We'll give up a Gith. Now, we are going to take a truckload of damage. Hourglass Coven, very good card. We do have an answer to it, or at least to one of these cards. We'll probably kill this one though instead of the Coven. We do need to draw a spell though. First time we've actually drawn this card. And been able to play it, which is kind of insane. Right now they have 11 damage, which drops us to 3. Yeah, we definitely probably shouldn't have made that attack. I don't know. I was hoping for the no block so we could get 2 extra damage in, or 3 extra damage in. Oh man, we're going to lose to a bad card. Well, we're not going to lose to this card. It's just not that good. Like, right now it does nothing. We're going to lose to this. That's what we're going to lose to. Yep. Not surprising. We take away our blocker. We take 11 damage. Wow. And then they just didn't play anything. I mean, yeah, we're going to play our guy. That is crazy good. Technically, we're not dead. I mean, we are pretty dead here. The fact that they had a defensive spell is pretty nuts. Alright. Alright, we'll give it to him. Way to go. Yeah, Sigil of Markol is really bad. And it's just not a good card. Not in sealed, at least. Alright, well, we definitely fell short of the finish line where we were hoping for, but that's what we signed up for. Sometimes you don't get everything you want.